Hey everyone, a few things first off before I dive into this video. So, sorry that this video took so long to get out. I had exams to prepare for during school, you know, and I also wanted to wait till I had a capture card, you know, so that way I could just get you guys better footage, you know, just better equipment overall. And I also didn't have Super Mario Bros. 2 USA and Japan in my collection yet, you know, and also sorry for having few other videos in between this and the first Super Mario Bros. Review video. But trust me guys, after this it will be Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and finishing off the Mario Marathon will be Yoshi's Island. Anyways, now that I have Super Mario Bros. 2 in my collection, let's get to it. So, Super Mario Bros. 2. After the success of the first Super Mario Bros. Game, Nintendo got right on to making the sequel, and on June 3rd of 1986, Japan was introduced to Super Mario Bros. 2. Now you would think after releasing it to Japan, Nintendo would get going on an English version of the game. Well, see, Nintendo was getting the game ready to release to the rest of the world, that is until Nintendo of America said no to the idea. And why, you may ask? Well, that's because this game happened to be made by Satan himself. This game was made for players who had mastered the original Super Mario Bros. But Nintendo of America didn't want Mario's name to be possibly dragged through the dirt. So instead, we got a reskin of another game developed by Shigeru Miyamoto, and that game was Doki Doki Panic, which became Super Mario Bros. 2 over here. Super Mario Bros. 2 Japan wouldn't see an actual release over here until Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo in 1993, and in that game it was remade under the name Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and then after that Nintendo re-released the original 8-bit version on the Virtual Consoles. So with all that confusion out of the way, let's get into the story of Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Wait, does this game even have a story? This game doesn't have a story really. So I guess we'll just move on to the gameplay then, and oh my god dude, these controls suck. Like seriously, these controls are terrible. Remember how I said that?
I did die a lot in my playthrough because of the controls being sort of stiff.
Well, it's like they've increased the stiffness of the controls by 20%, because dear lord, it's so hard just to turn around without feeling like you're controlling a tank. The graphics aren't much different looking from the first game. The clouds were given eyes and smiley faces because, you know, they're trying to deceive you into thinking that this game really wasn't developed by the devil himself, and that this game will have a grand old fun adventure. But yeah, the graphics just had little touches here and there, nothing really special, and the music is about exactly the same. And you could also say the same for the power-ups too, because there's nothing new here. But there is a new power down. This is the poison mushroom, and it's got a darker tone than the normal mushroom. And what it does is, if it touches you, you die. Simple as that. Oh, and it also follows you around, which is a little creepy. But yeah, this game isn't that different from the first Super Mario Bros. Game, except for the drastic difficulty and the controls being a lot different. I didn't bother completing this game. I got about as far as World 2-1 before quitting, because 1, I really don't feel like torturing myself, and 2, this game can be glitchy. See, I should have gotten hit by that shell there, but I didn't. It just went right through me. And what is that? So yeah, Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels. Ugh. But hey, we aren't done yet. We gotta check out the USA version of Super Mario Bros. 2. Now this one has a story, and it's pretty simple like the first Mario Bros. Game. Mario is sleeping one night and has a dream in which he finds a flight of stairs leading up to the world of Subcon. In doing so, Mario finds out that the people of Subcon need his help to save them from King Wart. Oh yeah, by the way, Bowser isn't even in this game. I would have thought that they would have just switched out Wart for Bowser, but I guess not. It would have made more sense though, seeing that Wart hasn't appeared in any other Mario game since. Now in this game you're able to play as 4 characters, Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, and Toad. Which, yeah, playing as Mario and Luigi isn't exactly new, but the addition of Peach and Toad are pretty cool. But along with being able to play as the 4 characters, they all control a little differently too. Like Mario is the more well-rounded character, Luigi is the more loose control character, having terrible traction and having a little flutter jump, which just really makes me laugh. I mean, just look at him! Ooh, just look at him go! But it can be sort of difficult to play as Luigi because of his slippery controls and the flutter jump. Then as Peach you can do a little glide while holding down the jump button, and Toad, well, he can dig faster than any of the other characters, but that's about it in terms of difference with him. Now one thing I'll give this game is that it gives the Mario cast their more signature looks. Like Luigi being taller and skinnier than Mario, and the princess having her more signature pink dress, and etc. The enemies in this game aren't really anything that special. You got Shy Guys who return in later Mario games, a Crow Brat, or a Cop Brat, yeah, corn on a Cop Rat, which acts like a piranha plant, and a whale. It's just the whale is just sitting there in the water, you know? I mean, first we go from, like, dinosaur turtles to whales. Yes, this is perfect, 10 out of 10. But like in the first Super Mario Bros. Game, there's an enemy here that really annoys me too. And that award goes to the Phanto. They come after you the minute you pick up that key to unlock that door. And the first time it happens, it's pretty fun, you know? Like, ooh, it's gonna get me, ooh. But then after the second time, it's just so annoying, especially in the parts where you have to go down the stage. Something I didn't find out till later in my playthrough is that if you drop the key, the Phantom will just go away. And you could basically do that until you get to the door. But sometimes that doesn't even work, because then you end up dropping the key into an unloaded part of the stage, and then having to go all the way back and get the key again, and then do it all over again. Now at the end of every level in the world, there's a boss. Well, sometimes. The first boss of the first two levels is Birdo, another reoccurring character in the Super Mario Bros. Series. But sometimes Birdo won't even be there. Heck, there isn't even a boss. Just grab the glowy thing and jump into the bird's mouth. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Jumping on enemies doesn't work in this game. Instead, you pluck things like radishes, pumpkins, their own kind, even a POW block. And what that does is by throwing it down next to enemies, it'll take out all enemies on screen. There aren't any power-ups either. Well, except for the star power, which you get from collecting these cherries. The mushroom returns, but it doesn't do what you think it would. While on a level, if lucky, you can pull out something that looks like a beaker. Throwing the beaker down makes a door appear. That sends you to the reverse version of the stage. And if you threw that beaker down at the right spot, you can find a mushroom, which gives you an extra hit point. Yeah, this game gives you a life meter, and by getting mushrooms, you can extend the meter to be bigger. The stages in Super Mario Bros. 2 can be pretty decent, and some of them can just go die! I mean, seriously, I feel once you hit World 3, there's a huge difficulty spike. Like, look right here! How am I supposed to do that at the first try? Oh, what the heck? Oh, so close. No! I died so many times right there because of how cheap it is. And then in sub-levels, you have to do the weirdest things, like here, where I have to ride these birds to get to the door. Or about here, where I have to ride these Shy Guys to get across the spikes. Like, how am I supposed to know I was supposed to do that? Okay, maybe not so much in terms of having to ride the Shy Guys across the spikes, but having to ride the birds across the black abyss to get to the other door. I mean, just, who came up with this? But most of these stages aren't really that memorable. Well, except for the beginning of this stage, which I like to call Seizure Zone. I think you can guess why. But anyways, after all that, you get the wart, and he's pathetically easy. What you gotta do is grab a radish or whatever pops out of the machine, go behind Wart, wait till he shoots his bubbles, and throw the eggs at him, repeat 4 more times, and bam, you defeated the game. Now this was the first time I've ever really beaten this game, and it's not one of my favorite Mario games. I don't really see myself coming back to play this game, you know, just for funs, like how I would with like Mario Bros. 1 or Super Mario Bros. 3, you know. The only time I would really come back for this game, is if I needed to record some more gameplay footage, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next time we'll be looking at Super Mario Bros. 3. Bye-bye.